Oh, hey, my name is Avery, but I go by Suavecito, and I'm a horror content creator. Welcome to episode 57 of Whispers of Horror with my awesome guest, Expiee. How you doing today?
Yo, what's going on, bro? Thank you for having me on, Suavocito.
Of course, of
Doing
course. I'm
good.
happy we were able to do this and taking time out of your day to be a part of the Whispers of Horror podcast. I think it's lovely that you're doing this. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me on.
So I just want to start off the bat. Like, how did you come up with the name XP?
I started off as a Call of Duty creator,
Okay.
and every time you would, get a kill, the XP would literally pop up on the screen. And so I was like, you know
Oh.
what would be a cool way of pronouncing XP without, taking X and P? And so I just spelled it out, and then it stuck. I'm like, it's short, sweet, to the point, and that's where it stuck.
Oh, I didn't, I was just trying to figure it out for the longest time. I'm just like, that's so
Yeah,
dope.
nothing special about it.
I think that's pretty cool. So you said you started with Call of Duty content. When did you actually start making content, and what made you like? Did you just like wake up one day and just like, F it, I just wanna start streaming like games and stuff? Like, did you start with games or did you start with other things?
No, so when I was about 15 or 16, I remember begging my mom for a MacBook,
Hmm.
and that was so I could start editing videos. I had followed, other creators in FaZe and Team Caliber and did a lot of the Call of Duty content back then. So I started doing my own clips under the alias Hoax Zero
Hmm.
and just had fun with that, did a lot of trolling content. Then I joined the Marine Corps and started getting a little bit more into the creative and digital art aspect of things.
Nice.
So I think it was around then I got partnered with Payday GG, who was a big organization at the time, and I was doing their digital content as well as their video editing, as well as doing my own organization at the time. We had a pretty big organization that I built up that we would send to LAN events and sponsor, and so I was always with the Call of Duty era. It wasn't until I think five, no, it was yeah, no, it was Five Nights at Freddy's, I think. I was just playing Call
Hmm.
of Duty and someone's like, "Hey, you ever play Five Nights at Freddy's?" I'm like, "No." I was never into horror. Never liked scary movies. I still don't like scary movies. I still don't even like horror games, to be honest with you.
Okay.
they
I
they
respect it.
they get my heart going. But the community's great. The people are great. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of other games to play. I think that's what I fell in love with, was realizing that there are more games than just Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the storytelling, especially in Little Nightmares. That was the one of the first games, also alongside Five Nights at Freddy's, that kind of got me hooked. I'm
Hmm.
like, dude, the storytelling and the metaphors that are used. So I just fell in love with that aspect of horror, and then just slowly, progressively, just getting fed more games to play, kind of put me where I am today.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. It's funny how you said like you don't even like horror games and they like get your heart racing. I won't lie to you. Like, I only go live if I'm playing horror. Like, I only play horror games when I go live. I can't do it. I don't touch them. I have a blanket that I stream with, and like it's just my thing. Like,
There
I tell people I'm
you go.
naturally truly afraid of playing these games, and the only way I can do it is if I am if I am live, and just because like it gives
Right.
you that comfortability, just knowing that there's other people with you. So I totally respect it. So let me ask you. So you started with Five Nights at Freddy's, and you just were hooked on it. Like, what's the reason why you stay with horror games and you like making horror content?
So, I mean, I played Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think at first I didn't like it because I didn't like all the jump scares.
Hmm.
And then someone's like, "No, you gotta go back and like learn the lore and figure out the lore." I'm like, "What the heck does lore mean? Like, what is this? What are y'all talking about?"
Yeah.
And so I went back and started playing a lot of them, and then at the time, that's when things were just blowing up with the game itself. So there was an aspect to it. It's like, hey, this is trendy. I'm gonna keep playing it. But at the same time, I was falling in love with like storytelling and the fact that all of these games have a huge community behind it. And it's like, I kind of want to be involved in this. And then that's kind of where I fell into Little Nightmares as well. So it was around that same time. And from there, I started looking for more and more story based games to play. And luckily, there's a lot of horror games that fall into that category for me.
Mm. So walk us through like your creative process of like making content as far as like live streaming or like posting short form videos and long form videos.
So, oh man, as far as content and the creative process, I never really did at first follow a creative process.
Okay.
I'd always, it wasn't until more recently, but it used to be just like, hey, this is a really cool clip, let's post it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that, this isn't working. And so I just stopped posting in general and just started going live. That's kind of been where I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
is I don't really have a creative process for editing videos anymore. I'm trying to pivot and start doing that more with my YouTube channel, where I go and break down like horror videos and the story and the lore. I did that with Who's at Your Door. I think it just recently came out.
Great game.
Um, but I've just been finding more success in going live every
Mm-hmm.
day with a community of people that are, motivated or dedicated to the stream, and they want to see you play these games because they want to get your reaction. I found more of a push that way
Mm-hmm.
and less success posting.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
that's kind of where I'm right now, in between figuring out both, because I would like to do both, because
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to go back and see what's working, what's not working. I want people to go back and be like, yo, I want to see this part of that clip again, or I missed the stream, but do you have some clips? It's just been hard because I have such a tight schedule to be able to upload, stream, edit. So that's kind of where I'm at in my creative process. It's, let me just stick with streaming on a schedule, and once I get that down, then I'm going to be pivoting more into video editing, probably hiring out somebody because it's just too much to do myself.
You mentioned you having a tight schedule. Like when you're not streaming, like what are some of the things that you do outside of it? It could be hobbies or like work related things. Like what is when you are not at your computer streaming? What is some of the things that you do outside of it?
So most of the time, at least recently, we've been doing a lot of traveling. That's something that my wife and I've
Nice.
really decided this year we're going to travel, because we spent the last 2 years tackling debt, getting our finances in order. We have two baby girls. We have another one on the way.
Nice. Nice.
And
Congrats.
so, I stream. I try to do about 4 hours. If the wife allows me, I'll go more, but usually it's 4 hour mark. I'll get off. I'll go hang out with the family. I'll go on a walk. Been going to the gym more recently now. My work schedule is 22 to 08, so that's 10 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning. I work
Mm.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday morning, sometimes I'll get up on a live stream. Those are my days off. I don't really stream to those days, so sometimes they'll just like, hey, let's just be a little spontaneous and go live today. Um, but no, I'll get up usually between 6 in the morning, get myself ready, go on a walk, get ready for the stream by around 8 to 9, usually varies. And then after the stream, it's just me with the family. I have a garden. I got chickens. I take care of them. I spend most of the time
Nice.
conversating with people in my Discord channel. We watch movie nights throughout the week.
Yeah.
We hang out together. I've really been trying to, grow this. So it's like, well, if I want a community, what do I want it for? And it's, for me, I want to meet new people. I enjoy the people that are currently supporting me and getting to know them. So that's kind of what my day's been filled with.
I think that's cool. You mentioned a lot of things that you do outside of it. How do you find a balance between like finding time for streaming versus like your family and finding time with your kids and everything? Like, do you find like there's a good balance, or do you think that's something that you potentially might struggle with and trying to find the best way to fulfill both of them?
I definitely struggle with a balance. My community can say that for sure. I try to go live consistently at the same time, but man, so much in life just stops you from being able to do that. But my community is very understanding. I am working with it. I've been talking with the wife, like, hey, what are some things that we could do so that I could get this done and you could get this done?
Hmm.
And she's been a huge supporter in helping me, go live at the times I need to. She's really understanding. She's super encouraging. Awesome wife. I got awesome friends too. People keep me accountable. Hey, where have you been? Where are you at? What's going on? So right now I'm still finding the balance. I'm not quite there yet. Scheduling, getting my life in order, minimalizing my lifestyle a little bit more. That way I could put more energy and focus into other things. I
Hmm.
have really bad ADHD, and so I have to have a structure.
I feel you on
And
that.
right now I'm figuring that out. So I'm still in the discovery phase.
The brainstorming phase of
Still
like,
brainstorming,
yeah,
still
I feel you.
organizing.
Real quick, I just want to tell everybody, ladies and gentlemen, this is a live podcast with XP, a horror content creator, and feel free to ask questions in the comments. I'm gonna read them as they pop up. If you want to know anything about our friend here, um, I wanted to ask, what does streaming mean to you? Actually, I'm gonna rephrase the question. Like, what does making content mean to you?
Um, for me, it just gives me something to. I really love the digital space. I'm very, computer savvy. I love the digital world. I love everything about content creation. Like that was something I fell in love with as a kid. And so for me, it means, hey, I get to meet new people that I will not be able to meet in my hometown from all over the world, from every part of the world. And my wife and I want to do more traveling. So there's people that are in my community that I really want to go visit. And a lot of my community is on the East Coast. So I'm like, hey, I got family over there. I want to go meet them. It's super cool. I think, just for me, I'm a very relational person. And that's what content creation brings me is relationships with other people.
Okay, okay. I think you might have answered this question, but comment on TikTok asks, how did you get into making videos? If you want to just touch upon for
Um,
people coming in.
so I've done a lot of freelance work doing video editing I actually started with my mom. My mom, I used to only use iMovie at the time or
Mm-hmm.
Sony Vegas Pro back then. And my mom would literally pay me to edit out all of her ums in every video. All the filler words I was in charge of cutting out. And that was at 16. And then from there, I just on Fiverr was freelancing my work or other creators freelancing. Hey, I need video edits. And I would just, I was trying to build my portfolio at that time. I went to college for graphic design as well. And so I was like, hey, I have this and this in my belt. I can do video edits. I did a lot of free work
Mm-hmm.
just so that I could build my portfolio for people and get some free reviews. So that's kind of how I started the content creation. So when I got into streaming, I was like, hey, I already know how to do this. I got this in my tool belt. I don't need to outsource.
Gotcha, gotcha. I know you mentioned. I just want to say thank you for your service. I know you
Thank you.
mentioned that, and I just top of my head, and then it just went down. Like, as people know, why I do the live podcast, my memory bank is terrible. So I have a thought, and if I don't get that thought in the next 5 seconds, it's gone. So, and it just
Yeah.
sometimes it comes back. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but where do you
Mhm.
see yourself in the next 5 years as far as content creating, but just in general? Like, what are some of the goals that you have that you would like to accomplish?
I got some goals for myself. My wife and I, besides the traveling part, we really want to get an RV and fifth wheel and just travel. And eventually, my wife and I want to start our own little channel where we just show everybody where we go. And I would love to be able to stream on the road and from town to town stop and meet new people and
Mm-hmm.
do like a collab stream with them. Like that's kind of where I want things to go. Um, it's cool because things are finally just starting to take off. So it's so much is happening at one time that my goals and my plans are changing almost every day,
Mm-hmm.
or just shaping themselves a little bit differently.
Gotcha, gotcha. Another comment on TikTok says, "How do you feel about your moderator Kay bullying you on stream?"
Kay is awesome. Yeah, she's like the stream drill instructor.
Hey,
She definitely keeps us on our toes around here. She don't take no BS.
another question from Kay is, how does he feel going from maxing at maybe 30 views to going to 100 viewers on multiple streams and surpassing a lot of
Uh,
milestones as of recent months? How does that upcoming success make you feel?
I try to stay humble. I kind of try to ignore it.
Okay.
One because I know how TikTok works. Some days you get a really good turnout, and then other days it gets a really low turnout.
Yeah.
And then trying to keep a positive attitude about it and realize that, some people just don't want to see certain things and some people do. And And then I think that's where I tie in the I'm here for the people that are already in my community. I'm not here for people that aren't here yet.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I'm trying to keep my focus. Of course I want to stay on some trending games, and if there's a trending game, I'll go to that. But I do have a Discord where people recommend games and we go through that. So I'm trying to balance that part out where how can I maintain the viewership by sticking with trends, but at the same time filling the needs of or the wants and desires of everyone else in the community
Mm-hmm.
and playing the games that they want. So we have like a voting system, so people vote on what I play
Nice.
next. And for
Nice.
the most part, it's like, hey, I have a pretty good idea that if a majority of the people in my Discord want a certain game, then the odds are that game is pretty trendy. And so far, my Discord has not failed me, or my
And
community. I'm sorry.
when the masses agree upon one thing, they're most likely right. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie to
yeah.
you. So this is the number one question when it comes to streaming on TikTok. How do you feel about the number one question people ask of what game is this?
I leave that to my mods to answer, but I am very quick with reading chat.
Hmm.
And so sometimes I beat my mods to it, and my mods would be like, yo, stop doing my job. And so um, it doesn't really bother me as much. I'm very patient.
Hmm.
I don't really get irritated as fast. I realize that everyone's coming in, everyone wants to know the game. So, and at the same time, in the back of my head, I think that there is an algorithm thing that if you mention the game, the algorithm can kind of pick it up a little bit,
Hmm.
and then it recognizes what your content is and pushes it out. So I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm personally the same way. I just feel like it's viewer engagement. If and like yeah, people are in and out. Like and if they see an interesting game, why am I gonna gatekeep it and just not provide it to
Yeah.
them? Like
Yeah, we
why
are
not?
full transparency.
Yeah, if you want to know the name of the game, just ask. Like, and
Yeah.
I just learned it's a great idea to have moderators to write the name of the game because I didn't think about that before. And then some awesome people from my community are always coming in and be like, I got you. And they will just put the name of the game 1,000 times. So shout out to the zombie horde community.
Mhm.
When you are during this streaming process, actually content creating span that you've been doing it, what are some of the highlights and lowlights that you had to that you endured and experienced?
Can, can you explain a little bit more what you mean?
Yeah, yeah. So like from when you first started to now, like what are some of the greatest moments that you've had, and what are some of the adversities that you faced during the time you've been doing content?
I'd say my biggest adversity is the censorship on TikTok. I can't stand it, dude. I get banned so many
You're
times
telling
for
me.
so little things, bro. I am so fed up with
Oh.
the censorship. It's so annoying.
I put the
Um,
auto bleep and it just like everybody's like you got like 39 beeps and I'm like yeah, I have to turn it off. It's too much. It's like
yeah, I already don't cuss to begin with on my streams, but
Mhm.
you say the wrong word,
Oh yeah.
and boom.
Yeah.
And so I've definitely had my fair share of days off because of that. As far as my greatest moments or greatest highlights, it's literally just playing a game and enjoying it with everybody else. Like
Mhm.
I think it started with maybe like 3 weeks ago. I started maybe it's a little bit more, but we started with The Last of Us,
Okay.
and I decided to do things a little different and let chat decide the outcome of the game. And I had the most fun doing that. Just playing
Mm.
the game, but allowing chat to like vote on which decisions I make because those games have many different. Well, not The Last of Us, but like Until Dawn, The Devil in
Supermassive
Me.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, those supermassive games. They have different endings,
Mhm.
and so I would let chat decide what ending they wanted, and then through a democratic vote, they all decided what we did. And
That's
so
cool.
those are, I would say, my most recent highlights. I enjoyed that the most, letting, kind of playing it together with them because it's one thing to sit and watch somebody play; it's another to be also interactive.
Mhm.
And interacting with the stream is just it's so much fun.
Yeah, and it kind of gives people like a purpose other than just viewing somebody. What they feel like they're
Hmm.
involved in whatever decision you're making. I think that's a great way to have
Right.
like communities be a part of what you're doing. So I think that's a lovely idea. Have you ever faced like the doom scroll? Like obviously doom scroll, but I'm talking about like when to try to figure out what game you want to play, or have that like streamer block or a content block where you're not sure what to post or what to play or anything in that aspect. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, I get frustrated with the content creation
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it because it's like, my streams pop off, but then the videos themselves are just stagnant and the algorithm does not recognize my content.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've gone through and started delisting a lot of videos that I have so that I could, you know, force the algorithm to be like, I am a horror streamer. I
Yeah.
don't play Call of Duty anymore. Um, and back when I was playing Call of Duty, it's like I had to go from playing a game that I loved, which I slowly started growing more frustrated with. But I love FPS games. I love shooting games. I'm really good at them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what people want to watch anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how seriously do I want to take content creation? And if I'm serious about this, then I got to be honest with myself and just pivot. So I did. I pivoted into horror. I've gone from horror to Call of Duty to other FPS games back to horror.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm finding that this space is probably, I would say, probably the easiest for anyone to get into. It's not really a hard space. And like I said, the community is huge and very supportive.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. You find the nicest, kindest people in such a crazy niche with terrible, disgusting, vile things that we show on the screens. But being a horror streamer and a content creator is tough. And I say this as you are. I know you say like you're kind of like fighting against the algorithm. Like our content is not. It's kind of frowned upon on multiple platforms just because it's not pleasant for eyes to see. Like a lot of my videos get like hit with 18 plus, or like I might get not on the FYP or just other things just because of what's on the
Yeah.
screen. And I was gonna ask, like, how do you deal with some of the censorship that being a horror content creator you get hit with? How do you find that, and how do you like overcome that, because it happens all the time? And, like it's like a
Yeah.
gray line that we all, and it's getting worse and worse.
Every time I get hit with some, I immediately appeal it. And then if it gets denied, like for instance, I put a barf emoji on something that was like a nasty video that
Mm-hmm.
got taken down and I got a strike for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into the support and I sent like a 3-page essay on why their moderation system sucks and why I deserve to lose all of my strikes on my channel. And I just send them the biggest email every time. Like,
Sometimes
this
I
is
still get denied.
hogwash. I get denied on everything. Yeah, like everything. I've actually never been censored for any of the horror games I played. Like I played Outlast 2. Everyone's like, "Yo, you better block the screen. You better censor and everything." Fine,
Yeah.
but nope.
Oh,
You say
I
the
have my
wrong
fair
word,
share.
you're good.
I have my fair share of autopsy simulator. Like they don't like games like that.
No, it's very frustrating. But
Yeah.
I've heard some people say that moderation is going to get better. So fingers crossed. We'll see.
Yeah, and it's just like not even that too. Just because I don't know if you heard, Steam and like Itch, they're like starting to
But
remove horror games, and
yeah, Visa, MasterCard.
yeah, and it's just like, why are we taking away from? Yes, it's a niche thing, but there's horror in everything. Why are we just going away from this to appease? Because people are complaining about it. Like people are complaining about everything, and there's a lot of games have warnings saying, "Hey, this is not gonna be nice for people to see." Like if you have any of these things, just heads up, this game might not be for you. Like that, I personally think that's good enough. What is your thoughts about stuff like that?
I've been telling everyone that I know, and even my community too. We have pivoted to other platforms now, where TikTok is. Don't get me wrong, I love TikTok. They have the best discovery, I think, on any other platform. They're really good, but you say the wrong thing, and tomorrow your channel could be gone. So I've been trying to pivot to like Kick and YouTube. I've left
Mm-hmm.
Twitch, uh, and I'm like, let's focus on these because we need something to fall back on in
Mm-hmm.
case something blows up here. Because the bigger you get, the more people are gonna hate you, and the more reports are gonna flow in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, we need to have a backup because TikTok can me, and that's it. It's game over.
Yeah.
So, I don't think there's anything that we could personally do other than just try to strategize a way of, um, what would you call it? Decentralizing yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it just kind of it kind of gives you the, yeah, like how you said, like you just gotta pivot. You gotta not put all your eggs in one basket. And I learned that the hard way because
Hmm.
this is my second channel. My first pharmacy though was doing good, and then it went, and it's in the
Hmm.
mist. But I learned that lesson of just like you just gotta diversify and trying
Hmm.
to get there. Just uh, communicating with your viewers and stuff like that. But are there any horror games that you have played that is the scariest game that you've played?
Oh man, chat. Where you guys at? They remember. Oh man,
Oh boy,
I had a rough time. Oh, I had a rough time playing Resident Evil 7.
Okay,
That was I don't like games that chase.
sure.
I would much rather be jump scared knowing that I will be okay
Hmm.
versus a game with consequences. We played Claire, which was it was pretty good, but again, it's a game where it's like I hate being chased.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7, I think, definitely gave me the biggest bang for my buck. It was worth playing, but I was too scared in the beginning. It was very interesting. I would probably say that's among one of the scariest ones. And there was one that also came out. I think it was called. Oh man, it's got a grandma on it, and she like supersizes herself and chases you down like this motel.
Oh,
I can't.
Dread
Dread Flat.
Flash, Dread
Dread Flat.
Flats.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that game had me sweating all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. So you brought up being chased multiple times. So this is my favorite question to ask people: is being chased was your one of your fears, and if so, do you have any more fears?
Like an IRL fear?
Yeah, yeah, like real life fear.
No, no, I'm not afraid of being chased.
Okay, just in
In
games.
game,
Yeah.
in games because I the horror games are pretty new to me, and so
Mm,
I'm like, it takes me a few deaths to figure out what I got to do, but I don't want to spend any more time playing the game than I have to. So I know that if I die, now I just have an extra 10 minutes added on to what I'm already playing. So I don't know.
gotcha.
It's maybe like a psychological thing.
But do you
It
have
just,
any in real life fears? You could say
I'm
none.
sure
Which
I do.
yeah.
I'm sure I do. I mean, I would say you probably have more anxiety about things. Like I got a
Okay.
family, like and I live down by the border, so it's pretty crazy down here.
Yeah.
So I would say I have more fears of things that happen to my family, but as far as me being afraid of anything, no.
Okay. I respect that. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have fears. I have no problem telling people. I do not like to be in the open ocean. I do not. That's one of my biggest fears.
Okay,
Just the
I will say
thalassophobia.
that.
Like,
Yeah, I am also afraid of heights. Okay,
okay, okay. So, see, the truth comes out. Welcome to Whispers of Horror, where we bring out your biggest fears. No, yeah. I don't know. I just don't like not knowing what's under me, and then I don't know what's scarier
Mhm.
to be in the middle of the ocean at night and not knowing where you are. And I'm second biggest fear is I hate to be alone. I don't like
Yep.
the aloneness. So yeah, we're bringing it all out. Whew.
Yeah, I will not touch Subnautica, bro.
I got. Listen, if you really want to touch on that fear with the ocean, I got some bangers for you. No,
No,
Death of the Water
okay.
too. Uh,
It's crazy because I'll swim in the ocean, but if I can't see the bottom, that's as far as I go.
yeah, yeah. Listen, all right, we're gonna change it because your boy's sweating. I like asking this one too. When it comes to the word horror, when you hear the word horror, like what is your own definition of the word, and what does it like mean to you without using anybody else's influence? Like, what is your own description of the word horror?
I guess for me, I had a paranormal experience as a kid.
Okay.
and one that maybe really, so like I had the covers ripped off of me. I've been home alone. I remember there was like this one night, and I don't know if it was like a dream or what was it, but I had like my own room at the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm the oldest sibling, so I had my own room, and we had these blinds that we would leave, open at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what was going on, but like I would see faces in the trees, and then like, all right, my parents, I have they did not beat me. I'm good, but like I had an experience where it sounded like my dad was in the closet screaming at me, and like the whole room was shaking, and that was I remember that very vividly. I remember both parents coming in and praying with me, and how I would so when I think of horror, that's the first thing that always comes back into my mind is like that experience.
Okay,
It's crazy.
if you don't mind, can I
Yeah.
add a little more questions about that? So when that experience that you went through, like, what were what were your feelings? Like, what were you feeling in those moments? Like during
I
like the
was probably
trees.
I was probably scared, I would say. I believe in the demonic. I think it was probably demonic. I think at that time I had just committed my life to Christ,
Mm-hmm.
and there were some things that started to happen. And for me, it's like, I mean, I was only like maybe 12, 13. So I
Yeah.
was still relatively very young. But I would say I was very terrified. But once my parents sat down and talked to me about it, I'd probably equivalent it more to it was maybe a demonic experience. I don't
Sure.
know. I
Okay.
can't say for sure. I don't remember if it was a dream, but it felt so real. Almost like have you ever had sleep paralysis? Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels very surreal. Very surreal. And but this didn't feel like one of those episodes. It just felt like
Too real.
I was awake the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
I guess we just unlocked Avery's third fear, the hidden fear, sleep paralysis. Because
Yeah.
I had an experience where I was very young. I might have been like, I can't remember, but I guess I woke up in the middle of the night and went to my mom and dad's room and fell asleep on the bed, and they're both getting ready for work, and I wake up and my eyes, I can't open my eyes and I can't move my
Hmm.
body, and I can hear
Right.
them. I'm getting chills. Oh my god, I can't do it. I hear them and I can hear every sound, even the bed. I could feel everything. I could
Oh
hear
man.
everything. I could smell everything. I could smell my mom's perfume, and I could hear the conversation perfectly. And
Hmm.
I was whispering help, like I was asking for help, for like, and I felt like eternity. I was just asking for help, and that scared me. I can't even get into it. Like it's just to this day. Like I'd rather swim in the ocean. I'm not gonna lie with you. With everything
That's
evil,
wild.
like there is nothing more terrifying to having your body not like your body not responding to you
Hmm.
when your brain is active. Like that is just that's is limbo to me, and I feel like that's where like real evil stuff linger. And I was just like get me out of it. I was like, put me back to sleep or wake me the fuck up. But like I can't deal with it.
Right. Yeah, I
But
feel it.
it's just, and I guess I don't know why that got like I guess part of that got me into horror too. It's just I don't know. I just like for me horror is that moment where your body reacts subconsciously to either to two primitive instincts. Either you're gonna fight for your life or you're gonna flee or flight to run away to survive the next day. And like when your
Hmm.
eyes dilate or goosebumps are over your body or the back of your the hair, like the little hairs stand up or your eyes dilate
Hmm.
or it's just like or your heart rate, like that's what I love about it. And I think Resident Evil 7 is the perfect game that does that because and like a sense of like hopelessness because like you get to defend yourself in the game, but you figure out that it's pretty useless when
Yeah.
even with a weapon to defend yourself. But
Right.
yeah, it's just crazy how like some of these games and movies and just like media can inflict or just um what's the word I'm trying to say, like procreate these emotions out of nowhere. Has there ever been a game or a movie that has done that for you? Like, it doesn't have to be horror, but has there ever been anything that just hit your emotions like and without you even knowing it, and like you could cry during something, like laugh, like what's the last thing that you've seen?
I think the one that probably sparked the most emotion out of me was Ludo, and I saw that you
Really?
played that recently too.
Yeah, that.
Going, dude, we spent like the 4 hours, me together with the stream, trying to
Mhm.
figure out like what is the story behind this game. Like, this feels so. The game would just, and the fact the game is breaking at the end, and I did game design for about
Yeah.
a year, and so I've worked with Unreal, and I'm like, I think the game's like not supposed to be fully released yet because it seems like there's some broken parts to it, and then
Mhm.
realizing that no, that is actually part of the story, and you're involved with the character that is suffering major anxiety and trauma and suicide,
Mhm.
and I was like, dang, that hit hard. I would say that was probably the one game that did almost draw a tear on stream. It was crazy.
That part where um it said no, that isn't right, and the game turned off. I was like,
Mhm. Yeah.
did my game crash?
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, I had to go back to my settings and check. That one,
Well,
no, that
dude,
game.
I am the worst at those games, and for a while I was walking through the void in that game for like 10 minutes until people are like, "Hey, you're supposed to exit and then hit continue again." I'm like,
I don't know. That's wild. Is there anything that you're looking forward to playing, down the road for the rest of this year or the beginning of next year?
"Yeah, we are excited for Little Nightmares 3 and Reanimal. Those are the
Mm.
two that as soon as they launch, I'm I'm dedicating a day. I'll have to take off work. I don't care.
I
I'm
I
playing those games."
I actually did an interview with Reanimal, the developers of Reanimal, and
Oh, did
they're
you?
yeah for the Horror Game Awards, and some of the things they said makes me very excited about that. Like I think
I
I'm
love
gonna take
Tarsier.
I'm gonna say a hot take because the people who make uh, Reanimal left
Yeah,
Little
Tarsier
Nightmares.
Studios.
Yes, yes. That Reanimal is gonna be better than Little Nightmares 3.
Oh
That's
yeah, indeed,
I
indeed.
don't nothing against supermassive games. I just think that the people who did the first two amazingly,
It's
they have the T. Like you
yeah.
can't, it's gonna be hard to replicate. I think they're gonna do a good job, but
It, I think it's gonna be hard for them to reinterpret the story, and so I
mm,
think a lot of people might be left disappointed. I don't know.
yeah,
I just love the little people, big monster, uh, type, puzzle platformer.
yeah. You
Um,
have you tried
but we'll
Inside?
see. No.
Try Inside. If you like those that aspect, and there's another game like it. I can't. I'll when it comes to me, I'll DM you. But it's like if I remember correctly, it's like a black and white with like you're small into this big world and everything could take you out. Like when you're
Oh,
playing.
I've seen trailers to that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it might not be called Inside. It might be something else. But it's the same concept. It's just like you're a small person in this big evil world. It's just
Hmm.
I do like games like that. Is there anything else that you have on your docket?
Well, we were excited for Directive 8020, but that got pushed.
Yeah, yeah. I
Which
don't
we
know.
had Supermassive Games in our live stream for. What was the House of Ashes? Supermassive
Nice.
tuned into the stream and was chatting up with our live stream chat. We thought it was a bot at first because we're like, "Ain't no way Supermassive is here," and shoot, they were. And so they're like, "Hey, you ready for our game October 2nd?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah, we are." And then my community hit me with it got pushed. I'm like, "Dang it!"
If there is a developer that you could collaborate with, which one would that be?
Developer
Yeah, or yeah, developer.
or like a studio. I don't know many very good
I guess
developers.
we'll go with studio. Studios a
I
little
would I would
easier.
definitely collaborate with Tarsier Studio.
Okay,
I don't know very many studios, but I did a whole school report on Tarsier Studios' Little Nightmares game,
that's
and
cool.
I just think that they have such great storytelling with the ability to create a game that has such good lore to it without saying a single word or reading a single piece of paper. I think is incredible. Like
Hmm.
the thought process behind that. I would love to sit down and talk to him.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can do. I might be able to get that going. I
That'd be
might be.
awesome.
Let me do some behind the scenes. Um, if you could pick one horror game that best describes your personality, which one would that be?
It would be Little Nightmares. Yeah.
I knew. I had a feeling I knew it.
Yeah,
What-
it's that one. I
Got
just think that there's something that's so cool about being very
little.
uh no, it's well little, yeah, but almost being like underestimated.
Mm, okay.
I think the characters kind of come off as like underestimated, and I think that the just the I don't know the metaphors on life, and you can come up with any story that you want with that game, and it could still be correct. But I don't know. I think I would identify with that game. It's very atmospheric.
Mm. Since switching to horror, do you have like a new appreciation for it, or you like still
Oh yeah.
feel? Okay, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
well, my brother-in-law is the one that told me to play that game, and I always looked at him like, "Nah, dude, this game is not me. I don't like these type of games. I don't like the whole 2D, 3D-ish look,
Okay.
platform style. Like, it's not me." Until I played it, and I'm like, "Holy crap,
Yeah,
this game is freaking awesome!"
that's pretty
That's
cool.
what drove my love. And then that's when, so I can't remember whether I played Five Nights at Freddy's first or Little Nightmares first, but one followed the other.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started looking for more games. I spent like a whole week and a half just researching games similar to Little Nightmares,
Mm-hmm.
just because it had such an impact on me.
Somebody said, and quarantine zone. You enjoyed that?
Is that Ashley that's asking or Kay?
Okay, okay.
I haven't played that one yet.
Well, you have. That was fun.
She's been asking me to play it.
You
She's been
should.
asking me to
Yeah,
play it.
yeah. I listen. If you need a whole recommendation, I'm not gonna say I'm the aficionado, but like my library is kind of massive for just like I don't know. Maybe I'm addicted to horror games or something. You I wanted to ask this question like maybe 20 minutes ago because like I remember you bringing up you had kids. What is something that you would want? So like obviously your content is gonna be on the internet forever, but like what is something that you want your kids to learn from watching what you do? Or what kind of lesson
That
do you
they
want to
keep.
teach?
Well, I'm trying to teach my kids to be more confident, more independent,
Mm-hmm.
not reliant on me. I
Mm-hmm.
also want them to know that I love them and that, daddy being here at the computer, yeah, of course I would love this to be able to take over my income. I don't have that in the back of my mind at all
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, it's not a realistic plan. We'll see. Things happen, but that she could do anything she wants. That she could be confident and talk to people. She doesn't have to be shy. So, she's always in here and she'll be like, "Daddy, are you playing a scary game?" I'll be like, "Yes." And then she'll have to leave because I don't want her having nightmares.
Yeah.
But, she loves gaming. She plays Mario. She
Yeah.
plays all that. So she's already starting to pick up on it. And maybe
Yeah.
one day she'll be sitting here doing her interviews, talking to people, having a live stream. It's a scary world. So, part of me is afraid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she has an alias and goes hides her identity. I don't know, but basically, like, I want to communicate that she could do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
There's no limit to what you can do, especially online.
Yeah. So wait, you don't want her to have a little nightmare? You see what I did there? I was wait.
Yeah, right.
I was holding. Listen, terrible, 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 terrible. So if you could go back to when you say you like where you are now, if you can go back to the beginning and you saw your previous self when you first started making content, what is the best advice that you would give yourself? And it could literally be anything. What's the best advice?
Call of Duty away. Quit playing these games. Focus on this niche down as hard and most specific as you can, and then grow from here. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, and it's just now starting to take off, only because I was a knucklehead and chose to stay in a huge oversaturated niche.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about horror games is, as big as the niche is, there are so many individual games that so many people enjoy. So it's easy to like pick and, grab different audiences from the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I would say, hey, let's focus on creating content on YouTube and creating videos on TikTok to promote your stream.
Yeah.
So now that I have this in my head, I'm slowly starting to roll that out, but it's taken some time. Um, I would also tell myself, quit caring so much about what your friends think and do what you want.
You mentioned earlier that this is not a potentially realistic goal, like realistic job. Like why do you say that?
Well, I think I've always dealt with like maybe like self-confidence issues,
Okay.
and so I've never been able to see myself there. Um, because it's like, the everyone's told you growing up that's not realistic. That's you need to get a job, you need to do something. Um, and so I've been doing a lot of like mindset reshifting where I'm shifting my mindset
Yeah.
and changing my mindset and realize, you know what, these people were wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not there. They have never done it. And so I say it's not realistic. I don't, maybe that's the wrong choice because anything can be achieved
Yeah.
it with the right desire and hard work. But I don't want to jinx it.
No,
So
no, no.
I guess that's kind of where the wording or verbiage came through. It's like, yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but at the same
No, I
time,
get
like,
that.
I'm not here to stream for the money. I much prefer to build my community of people because I find more value in people
Mm-hmm.
and providing value for other people. And so I've just totally changed my mindset from when I first started. It's like I want to start YouTube because I want this to be my job, and with this job I'll become a millionaire and I'll pay for all this.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, that's the wrong mindset to have. Let's shift away. That never ends well.
I get that. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I believe in you. I believe that you can accomplish anything you put your mind to, and honestly, screw everybody else who doubts you. Because at the end of the day, like your own thoughts is only the thoughts that matter at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So I believe in you. I think if you want this to be your career, the only person stopping you is yourself. So
Right.
I'm a supporter. I peeped in your content. That's how I found you, and I think you're doing a good job. Like you're killing it, and yeah,
Thank you.
and I'm honored that you said yes to being on Whispers. I think that's an awesome thing,
Oh yeah.
man.
Well,
Like
and I
I always
couldn't
get
do it without
shy.
my supportive wife.
shout
Yeah.
out to
No. I.
shout out
I.
to the wives, man.
Yeah. The my wife is my biggest support. If she had, if she was not into this and what I do, I would not be doing it. And so the fact that she's into this and she wants to play some games, I'm trying to get her to come on camera. She's very camera shy.
I only got
But
my wife on once, and it was during my
yeah, I
24
try,
hour
man.
streak. It's so hard, but I feel like if she did, like, it's just so hard. You want them to be a part of what we do, and it's just like
Hmm.
you gotta give and take. Shout out to my wife who holds
Yeah,
down a
yeah,
lot of
no,
the
they're
things, and I couldn't do it without her. So
right. No, they're awesome, and I honestly, I've gotten a lot better at reading chat, communicating with people, and quit being so shy. And
mhm.
that's the biggest stumbling block with some people is like, how do you even like know what to talk about? And it's like, dude, when you got a chat that communicates, it's easy.
Yeah,
I think the biggest help has been my mods. They come in, they give me conversations to talk about.
hmm
And just conversating with them, and it makes everything so much easier.
I was just about to ask. That's literally so. During this conversation, kind of funny. I have to tell every stream I do or every pod I do, I always ask one question. I do my research for all of my guests, and I have a whole bunch of questions. I take the first question on that list, and I never ask anything from there. I always write down uh, just questions from the conversations because I feel like I don't want to be a robot. I want to have a
Mhm.
authentic conversation with somebody, and uh, it just feels more real. Like this is live. You make mistakes, but it's authentic. Like
Hmm.
you're put in a spot and you're given the answer without, oh, let me really think about this. That kind of vibes. But
Right.
I was like, you kind of touched upon it because I was gonna ask, like, what does your community mean to you? How does having people support you in the things that you love mean to you?
I think it means a lot more than they probably think it does because like I don't want to say I walk on eggshells, but I have a very like dark sense of humor. I have a
Mm-hmm.
very, you know, I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. Like I was around some of the worst people from all backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm a little bit like twisted in the mind. And so, I try to make sure, be sensitive to everybody, but at the same time, it's like, man, I have like all these people that are friends with me. How can I make sure that I maintain the relationship with all of them?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's just they're my family. That's how I feel. I look at them like I almost feel like I've grown up with all of them. With as little time as I've known all of them, like I feel like, hey, we're family. We can say whatever we want around each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that they enjoy watching my streams is like, I guess a huge it's flattering because I can't see myself watching me. And so it's like, dang, these people are like, there's probably other things that they would be doing out the day. And there's people that will stay in the stream for hours on end. I'm like, guys, I love you all, but go do something.
I feel the same way. Like I was like, you guys literally could be doing anything else, and the fact that you guys are
Hmm.
spending time with me, I'm just a regular old Joe. Like I get off it,
Yeah.
and it's just like
But that's
it's the best
I
feeling.
think they're excited too because they see you're growing and they want to grow with you. They want to be there for when you are big and be like, I was day one,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here. This guy knows me. And that's what I'm trying to also keep in the back of my brain. It's like, hey, don't forget where you came from. Remember the people that helped get you there, and try to stay humble through it all. That's kind of where I want to take things. Just stay humble, pretend like none of it's happening, but just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I just had a thought. I think so. Like when Little Nightmares 3 comes out, it sounds like you need somebody to play co-op with.
If you want,
Listen. I'm just. Hey, I'm throwing it out there. I will be acquiring these games. Is Reanimal co-op too or no?
yeah, Reanimal will be co-op. I will be
That's
probably
fine.
playing that one with the wifey.
Oh no! Listen, wifey always takes first precedence, and then so obviously, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I would be
But
totally down.
yeah, yeah, we could definitely get it going and everything like that. I'm down. I have two more questions before because we're getting towards the end of the podcast. My first question is, if I were to, uh, if a random person would run into you and be like, "Oh shit, XP," like I watch your streams all the times. I'm a up and comer content, or I want to get into content creating. Like, what's the best advice you would be able to give me for somebody who's just starting off fresh?
I'm helping a few right now
Okay,
grow, and I've been telling them to just copy what I'm doing.
okay.
I said I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but what I'm doing is working, so just try to copy what I'm doing.
Mm.
And one of them is having great success doing it, and he's probably here. His name's 16-bit, and so he's been grown too. He's become a friend of mine. He was also a veteran in the army,
Mm-hmm.
and so like that's what I've been telling people is just copy what, and I'm copying what the big guys are doing. Now, not verbatim, but I'm like finding the games, and I'm sure my community is helping find the games. But it's like, no need to reinvent the wheel. Just find games and try to do it differently.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Like, of course, like though, you just gotta make it you're just original and authentic. Like,
Hmm.
people obviously want to see the games, but at the end of the day, you are the content. You are the one
Hmm.
that brings the people or makes people want to stay. Like, because people can watch that game from 1,000 other people, but it's what makes you different from those other 1,000 people.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And at the same time, it's like, we do other things on the stream. Like I've started doing like cooking streams where I'll just cook and we'll all hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, the people that are there for those, they're there for you. They're not really there for the game. They want to
Mm.
get to know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want to be friends with you. They don't care what it is you do, but they want to be. They're just, I don't know. Maybe it's like a parasocial thing. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of cool because I feel the same way with other people I join. It's like, yeah, the guy recognized me. Hey, I'm friends with this person. So
Facts, facts.
I think that's pretty cool.
Nah, yeah, no, I totally agree. So my final question I have for you is there anything that you want to tell people who are listening now or in the future? Anything that up to mind? Like the floor is basically yours to wrap up the rest of the podcast.
Can you rephrase that because you're cutting out a little bit in
Oh,
my
oh,
end?
good, we're
Say
good.
it again.
Okay,
Yeah.
I asked like, is there anything that you want to tell people who are listening now and then our future listeners? Basically, the floor is yours. Is there any final words that you want to say to the beautiful people that are listening?
Well, to your community, thank you guys. Without your help getting Suavecito where he is, I wouldn't be here. So I appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity. I appreciate my community for being here. You guys are awesome. You've helped me get this far. You guys are the best, in my opinion. We have the best community in all the interwebs, is what I always tell them. And just keep being yourself. You don't need to change anything. And I'm excited with where we're at and where we're going, and let's just keep going.
That's beautifully said. I'm gonna be copying whatever Expiee is doing moving forward. A little like tit for tat. 'Cause we're all going into this. So whatever
Yeah,
you're on live, I'm just gonna. I got
and
my pen and my notepad.
I'll add one thing. It's very hard to come across other creators that are transparent. Everyone, like you said, likes to gatekeep.
Hmm.
And there is that part of your mind that's like, hey, we want competition. I want to be better than this person, or I want to do this better. But at the same time, everyone's trying to grow. And so if you can put your pride aside and help somebody else out, I think helping other people in my experience has brought the most success.
Yeah.
When you're selfish, people can see it. But when you care about other people and you care about, where they go, it's like things just naturally go in your favor.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Just like for a simple question can go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody a
Mm-hmm.
couple streams ago like, hey, you're like one of the first persons that actually answers what game is this, and I appreciate you. Like you're taking the time. Like, and I'm like, it's a simple answer. Like,
Mm-hmm.
feel free to ask because I feel like if people take the time to watch you, and then take a little more time to ask the question typing, that is effort that they are putting towards you. Why are you going to ignore them? That's just my hot
Yeah.
take. I'm just going to say. But XP, thank you so much for being on Whispers of Horror. You've been an amazing guest. And would you mind being another, words? I forgot my whole question. Would you like to be a future guest in future episodes?
Yes, definitely. Would
Abs-
definitely come back on. Had a
Awesome,
great time.
awesome.
Thank you.
Of course. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 57 of Whispers of Horror. And I hope you guys enjoy. And remember, even a whisper